Yes, you lovely people. It's Arsenal. They've bounced back again. It's Ødegaard, 3-3. Come on, man. Let's react to this. We're back. Come on, you gooners. Yes, back to winning ways. Love that, love that. It's the match reaction. It's Arsenal 3. Arsenal 3. Southampton 0. Yes, and yeah, let's what a difference a victory makes, and what a difference it makes when you push Xhaka up a that little bit. Listen.
Got it as well.
Listen. Just before we crack on with and we get into it, Gums, it's good to have you on, bro. This is going to be a quick fire little roundup here of our victory. Listen, I'm just going to get straight into it, really. First 20 minutes, I think, was maybe a little bit suspect, maybe a little bit of hangover, I think, against Everton. But after that, the goal was scored. Oh, lovely move, straight from the keeper. A lot of one-touch moves in there. Finished off emphatically, I would say, by Lacazette. He was on fire today.
Yeah. Do you know what? The move was really good. And that's, to be fair, special mention to Ramsdale today. Difference maker. Such a big difference maker. Again, not only the shot stopping, because he did make 2 good saves in there. Like, you expect him to save them. I think the one where the guy reversed it, because you always thinking he's going to go to my far post, and he went near post, and he got down well and looked after it. Them conditions as well was really heavy rain.
It's good, Andy.
But he controlled the game. He controlled the game really well, and then with the kicking, like, it makes such a difference when you're putting him under pressure, and he's just playing out through it so many times. And the pass to Martinelli as well, and you can see he was frustrated. He didn't get the assist. Yeah, you can see he was frustrated. Martinelli didn't get a shot off, but. Yeah, Ramsdale was good. He was good today, man. He was really good.
100. As you said, he makes a huge difference to the way we play, and it just gives us that little bit more, confidence within the, when we're looking to try and play it as well, because he was instrumental, really, for the first goal. To be honest, because we was calm. There was a couple of times where you might have been a bit like, ooh, but. Listen, the goal was brilliant. Lacazette finished it off emphatically, and a special mention, really, in my view, to Martinelli. I thought he was outstanding today. But there's not a lot really that went wrong. I think Partey was back on form as well. He seemed to me as well that he was controlling midfield, and Xhaka, as you called it, was kind of like that bit further forward. Wasn't staying in that. He's watching the breakdown, man.
Must have been.
I bet he's watching the breakdown.
I don't know who's using in the comments, but me and Jordan didn't argue about it. But he said he thinks it's a tactical, and I was like, I think it's just an individual person. That's how he plays, and he just does. Everyone has a little spin on their however they play. Everyone plays it slightly different. Yeah, there was a definite instruction for him to start a bit high. It wasn't massively high, but it was actually just leave Gabriel there and. You might get it on the third pass, but you're now 5-10 yards higher. So now you can now play forward. And even in the second half, he was winning balls on the edge of their box and keeping it, sustaining attacks. We was able to sustain because he was higher. So
there was a point in the second half where we was all over them. I was waiting.
Yeah, we could have hit. Yeah, we could have, like, obviously Martinelli hit the post and Saka hit the post as well. And that, just from sustained attack, they couldn't get out, could they? So.
100.
It was a lot better. We played on the front foot. Now we got to take that away from home, haven't we, and start squeezing teams up there.
100%. Listen, Niger, Englishman, what go on? What's happening, bro?
We back. Put your hands up. We back again. Keep your hands up. We back. We back, y'all. We back. COVID-free, healthy again. Happy to be back with another 3 points. 3-0, 3 points.
Couldn't have been happier. Couldn't be happier.
Love that. Now, listen, I think, we kept it, our foot on their throat, so to speak. Do you know what I'm saying? We kept them down there. We kept going. We didn't sit back when we got the first goal. And then, the second goal, the move again was great. It's a shame it wasn't a bit more kind of clinical, but hey, listen, with the the headed cross from Tierney in the end to Ødegaard, and that's 3-3 for Ødegaard. Listen, he's coming at a bit of form. Nigel, since you just come on the scene, talk to us about this game, man. Talk to us. What impressed you today?
For me, there's 3 standout players for me in this game, and they are Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, and Ødegaard, bro. Those are the 3 guys for me.
Yeah, Tommy again he's Mr. Consistent,
immense, bro. The guy was immense. Even attacking wise, he was good. He was very responsible for the first goal in terms of his movement and his quick touch as well, his quick pass. And also, I just love the way you can tell the players trust Ramsdale. They would never give, even if they gave Leonard the passes in those situations, they would always be shook, oh my gosh, what is he going to do? So maybe they won't do it the next time. Whereas Ramsdale, they're like, boy, I know we shouldn't give him this pass, but he can handle it, innit? Let's go for it. He can help us get out of jail loads of times. And that, for me, was the platform of our result today, how effective Ramsdale was for me.
Yeah.
Ødegaard, probably his best game of the season for me, so far.
He's starting to kind of get that bit of confidence back in his game. There was a lovely back heel he did in the first half as well, which Saka should have finished off as well, I thought.
I think he could have pulled the trigger a few times. But I think what you're seeing with it, again, he'll take the bumps and bruises to allow Ødegaard to just be floating around, and that seems to be working. Not saying it's only one game, I don't want to jump too soon, but it's definitely.
I know what you're like, isn't it?
Yeah, Laka's my boy. But you know what I mean? It does make a little difference where Laka will put his body on the line. You just stay there and I'll trap back in on the defensive midfield. And when we win it back, you're in space and then we can build off you. We did look a lot more fluid.
Look, I'm not, as I said, I'm not going to get carried away. It's a Southampton team that is low in confidence, low in form. So we should really be putting away this team. Really and truly, my opinion, we should have had 4s or 5 today. Do you know what I'm saying? So 3, I think we might have missed something out, missed out on a couple of goals here, and a little bit of, a little bit of confidence boosting. There was no Che Adams because I know in the preview he was a little bit kind of wary of him and stuff. But listen, at the end of the day, we've got the 3 points. Gabriel, glad as well that he got on the score sheet with all the things that's been going on with him. All round, not a bad performance, really. A bit Spider-Man.
Just ignore him.
Spider-Man in the background, in the Spider-Verse. But yeah, listen. I've not really much to say, really, apart from it's confidence boosting. We've got a tough match coming up now. And it's always good to go into those kind of games with our towers up, really.
One thing we got to touch on quickly, because I've got to shoot in a minute. I haven't really been following the news. And even that, when I saw it, I was thinking, is it actually true? He's getting a tattoo, he's not at training. It can't be that simple. Then he weren't in the team today. So I'm thinking, what's going on? Because again, the tattoo could be an old tattoo, but I haven't really followed it. So was it actually Abba who put the picture
don't know what's going on. I have no idea, but there's a lot of rumours going around that that's his Arsenal career done.
Really?
Yeah. The captain is going to be stripped.
So did he actually miss training then?
He missed training.
He definitely missed training.
He wasn't even in the squad today. If you
he wasn't in the squad. So it's not an injury.
There's something to do with there was a COVID protocol that I think he was late. He was late to report him back, so that's why Arteta made the decision to not put him in the side.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So the thing is, this is not the first time. Arteta is correct in the sense that he says that he's been consistent with his disciplinary. He can't let things slide otherwise he'd be seen as
everyone
weak.
will start doing it. And everyone will start doing it.
100%. So
and You even saw him punish Pepe today. He put him on in the rain. He said, "Oh, you got minutes? Go on, then. Go and get your 20 now in the rain. Go on."
in the rain, but he was like looking like.
Okay, my issue with what I'm hearing about the situation is, does this mean that this is Arteta's stance when it comes to disciplining players and they're not in the squad, or is this like he's just making sure he makes a statement when it's our captain? Because I've not heard this about another man.
Or do you think anyone else is missing training like that though?
I don't know, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Is our captain really the issue then? It might be.
I hear what you're saying.
Or is the issue the fact that we have actually lined up someone big to take his place?
Yeah, but also as your captain, he has to get treated worse than any other player. If Nketiah does something wrong, it's one thing. But if your captain's doing it, you've got to come down harder on him than anybody else, because the ripple effect's massive. Yeah. He's playing up. What does that say to Pepe? What does that say to Gabriel? What does that say to
because if Nketiah wasn't in the squad, no one would have thought, or not in training, no one would have thought anything about it.
Yeah, and even that, it's but again, it's the discipline, isn't it? It's if Abba messes up, it's worse, 10 times worse than if anyone else does. As Arteta, because you're my next in command. So you know what I mean? And that's the responsibility you take. That's the responsibility you take as captain. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be first for training and first on the bus, and you can't be. Do you know what I mean? Those things there, he's got to be tight on because you're leading by example. So who becomes captain now? If Aubameyang plays, if he does play again, who becomes captain?
Do you know what was really interesting? Do you know what was really interesting is what would have happened if Gabriel stayed on the pitch? You know how Holding came on for Gabriel and then they had to give him the armband?
And Lacazette came off.
Yeah, I would have liked to see if Lacazette came off, who the armband would have actually gone to. That would have been interesting.
I think, the thing is, to me, you give it to Lacazette, but you know he's off at the end of the season. So is it almost pointless giving it to him? Do you just give it to
Kieran?
Do you give it to Kieran Tierney or do you give it to Ramsdale? Or
Gabriel.
It's one of them three, isn't it? For me, they're the future. That's the future of the club. It's them three, isn't it? And you build off them. So
if you had to choose right now, your captain, who would it be?
Tierney.
Ramsdale.
The only reason I'm not saying Ramsdale is because it's his first season. I know that means nothing, but that's the only reason.
Do you know,
he's definitely captain material.
Yeah, do you know what I like at the moment? We're watching it again. I don't know sure how many of you watch NFL, but he's calling audibles. Like he's got the ball from a goal kick. He looks at the other team's setup and he says, "That's not right," and he just throw it to Ben White and say, "You take it," and Ben White will just give it to him, and then he'll just walk it out, and all of a sudden that just changes the whole angle because the two strikers be marking the two centre backs, and they say, "Right, just give it to me to start," and I'll walk it out. One of you have got to engage, and when you do, I then go right or left. And it's just we've got like 4 different ways of playing out from the back now. Do you know what I mean? Where before it was just one way. Now it's like, okay, if you set up that way, I'll Gabriel take it and I'll bring it out.
Yeah. If
you set up nearer to me, I'll start it and I'll put it that way. If I don't fancy it, we'll go long on this one, and then next time. And again, sometimes it might be under the cosh a bit. Like there was a 5-minute spell where Southampton were pushing us back a bit, and he just said, "We'll just go long on this one, and we're just banking your half." And then the next one, come back to him. Right, now we play out again because we're now a bit more settled. And I think that was when Holding first come on. Again, it's just being smart. Like Holding's just come on. I'm not going to put him under pressure yet. Let him play in the game a bit, and then we'll start playing the way we normally play.
One thing I did notice with that, if we ain't got a natural left-footed centre back, there's a problem.
You saw the difference, didn't you? Yeah.
Oh my God. So
there's no photo Holding Silver Fox before you start on us.
What, Mari get a little run in the side? I hope Gabriel's fine. I hope
he might do. Yeah.
I think it was the yellow card. Exactly that. Okay. I think because he had the yellow card and it was quite early on.
And Saints play 2 up front, don't they? Saints play 2 up there, so you've always marking one. So any missed time, you could be gone.
Did anyone see any threats coming from Southampton at all? Any threats from yourself?
They started quick the first 20.
Yeah,
first 20, and then there was, I think, I'm not sure who their striker is.
Teller or something like that.
That's it. He had a couple of half chances as well, man. If he had a better strike on him, that could have troubled Ramsdale a bit more. But
there was one where he almost got slipped in as well when I think White just made the interception. That would have been dangerous because Tomiyasu dropped back in.
I actually thought White had a good game, a bit shaky at the start, but I think overall he had a decent game. I can't really. I'm trying to think who wasn't impressive, but I was really impressed today with with Martinelli. I just thought that he brings something now to the team, which
unpredictability. I think he gives us.
Yeah, and the thing is, and it's great because it's like
desire as well.
Smith Rowe. I mean, I'm not saying
92nd minute he was chasing the ball down. Did you see that?
He's made a couple of good blocks. But one thing I don't know if you lot spotted it, the second goal. Watch what he does to the centre back.
Yes, he blocks him off.
Coming, and the centre back comes, and Martinelli just leans on him enough to the centre back can't take another step. And it's those little things. It's just again that
makes a difference.
Street smarts. The centre back couldn't get across him, and the referee even looked at it, and them little things do make a big difference. Do you know what I mean? So
100%, because he would have.
He might have cleared up.
Exactly.
He might have got close. It made Ødegaard's chance is that bit more difficult. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, because Ødegaard came from a run which was I think behind those two, and as you said, Martinelli blocked the run. And I think he took a punch in the face for his troubles as well, Martinelli, for that. But listen,
sorry, can I say one more thing quickly before we go?
Yeah.
Do you think this is the end of Leno? Because again, he's not in the squad again today.
Nah, I heard it on the commentary. He's got an injury.
He's actually got an injury.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I haven't seen him for like 3 weeks.
Who knows if he really does have an injury?
He hasn't been in the squad for like 3 weeks. And when I was watching some of the reports, nothing's ever been said about Leno, like why he's not.
I only saw it on the website yesterday that that is a possibility that when they do the whole thing about injuries, etc. And they said that he's got his touch and go. It was him and Smith Rowe really that were touch and go.
Right.
Everyone else was.
Guys, I've got to bounce.
Yep. No, we're done. I guess.
What I would say.
Yep.
Is you see this game? Yeah. This game, I don't really believe that we learned too much about us. This game for me, like obviously it's nice to get the 3-0 win and stuff like that, but this doesn't make me more confident going into the West Ham game. This just makes me. It was like it's typical Arsenal to do something like this after them 2 woeful performances.
Well, I think we had to win today in a sense to go into that West Ham game, because it will be a difficult game against a totally different proposition.
Completely different.
If we'd gone into that game with a loss, it would have been a problem in my opinion. However, I think the fact that we got the 3 points and it's confident boost and got a few goals and a clean sheet, it bodes well. Yes. Mr. Gunner King
on the score sheet today, bro. Should have had a hat trick.
Just had a shower. Just had a shower. He's a little bit late with us, but he's here.
No, I mean, like down the whole side of there is absolutely sore. But I was doing a streaming watch along on TikTok, and then I got into it. There was a Chelsea fan called Kenj doing a live as well, man. Big up Kenj, man. And then I had all my followers saying go on his live, and they were saying the same to him. So then we just had a 30 minutes mudslanging session.
When you score goals, bro, you're even more in demand, bro. You can imagine, mate. Big up, my G.
Well, King, we're looking to head up, but we've discussed the game and pretty much the goals and the way we've set up, etc., and what it means, I guess, in some respect towards the game against West Ham in midweek. So, give us your thoughts on this game and what it means, I guess, for us now and going forward for the games coming up for the Christmas period, because now the games come thick and fast. It doesn't look like we've got any injuries. A win, a few goals, a clean sheet. We can't answer anything more, really, can we, for the game against West Ham? Because that's going to be a heck of a game.
I think what we really needed to see today was goals. Not like I think 1-0, maybe even 2-0. You would have just been like, okay, well, But in the second half, especially, we were absolutely dominant, creating chances. The post and the crossbar saved them a few times.
People weren't even moving for them.
Seeing that ability to create chances and seeing us kind of seeing the game out as well, managing the game. Laka getting on the score sheet, Martinelli looking lively, coming in. He's got a nice run of games now.
Ødegaard 3-3.
Yeah, Ødegaard 3-3 as well. And the thing is, look, it wasn't just one of those performances where he scored and was just in the right place at the right time and didn't do anything else afterwards. He was effective in that game, you know, like when he was getting the ball, he was picking the right passes, stuff was going through him. He was pressing, went, you know, like really well when we weren't losing the ball. I mean, when we weren't in possession of the ball. So I think we needed, like, to go to West Ham, we really needed to just show ourselves and West Ham as well that, look, we are capable of scoring goals.
Yeah.
I've always felt, you know, but it's just a case of getting the balance right. I think maybe Aubameyang being out, you know, from training due to whatever happened, you know, I think this is the team that we should go with now. You know, maybe reintroducing Smith Rowe would be the only thing I'd look at.
For who?
And well, I mean,
it's technical, isn't it? It's a technical one. I won't lie.
It's one of those. It's one of those. But it's, look, that's a good problem to have. Stick with this team for the next 5 games.
That's what we need.
Stick for the team for the next 5 games. Wait for the January window to open. Well, that's what we've got until the January window, isn't it?
I wouldn't mind it, but it's Arteta here, mate. He's allergic to sticking to the same team, man.
Yeah, like, I mean, maybe, you know, Xhaka and Sambi.
Okay, wait. I want to talk about the Xhaka situation, guys.
Yeah, but please, just one thing. I just wanted to ask you both. SKTVA is just putting a little quick chat. Partey was better today. Keep it simple and screen in the back 4. More simple performance. He still has a way to go there. But how do you feel about his performance? I thought SKTV is probably pretty bang on, really, with what he said. He definitely was better today. He did have a shot. It was inevitable where it went, but I thought, you know, he was. I think Xhaka helped him also today with not being so deep in his positioning. And I think Xhaka was a lot more forward today, played, you know, his starting position and offered that little bit more. And I thought, you know, he Partey was better. What do you guys think about Partey's? Because it has been a problem, and we're going to need him. It's being at his best against West Ham.
Like I was saying last week, is we're not the type of team that can afford someone with the talent of Thomas Partey not playing week in, week out, like not playing well. Like we can't afford someone like him not cutting the slack. We need him to be the guy that helps drive us forward. And like SKTV said, he did keep it simpler today, and I like that Thomas Partey that keeps it simple. Don't try too many darts forward, dribbling, taking on guys. Just screen the back 4, bro. A few quarterback passes from time to time, but just keep it real simple. Do what Simeone told you to do at Atletico. That's the part I want to see. Don't get me wrong. Since he's come to Arsenal, we've seen stuff in his game that we never saw at Atletico. But I guess there's a reason why we never saw it at Atletico, because Simeone is like, okay, you're really, really good at these ones. Yeah, like just stick to those. I know you can do all that other expansive stuff, but stick to this simple stuff. And I think those are the performances that made us buy him. So why would we ask him to do more than he was asked before? Personally, 100. You reckon, King?
In terms of Partey, I think he performed better today. I just think it's more of a fitness thing. You know, I think he's so important to the team. That he's just been brought back early, and it annoys me because there's so many fickle fans around. You know, like I was speaking to Liverpool fans before we played them. I was speaking to United fans before we played them, and you know they were doing combined 11s and putting him in it. Mm-hmm. You know, we lose 2 games, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, he's washed, and hearing all this stuff, it's like, just relax. He had a bad game. He had 2 bad games. Players have bad games. Especially when they're coming back from an injury earlier than they should be and not getting any credit for it. We just need to chill, man. I keep saying it. Like, you know, like this whole Arteta nonsense, get the players in January. Yeah, like, because this guy's not going and he's not our biggest problem. The players in our squad are, you know, like Pepe came on today, got minutes, fair enough. You know, like, but these senior players have been letting successive managers down.
Yeah.
But go all the way back to Wenger, he was struggling to find a balance between putting Aubameyang and Lacazette on the same pitch. Am I benching one? Is one playing on the left? Is one playing behind Aubameyang? Whatever. So, look, Lacazette obviously did good today, and I think him and Ødegaard probably is a better balance. It's probably the best balance that we've got in terms of the attacking
more
options.
Potent with those two playing.
Or putting Smith Rowe behind him or someone like that. But Lacazette is important. He's going to serve a purpose until he either decides to stay for another year or goes.
Yeah, I just think it was the position of Xhaka which really helped us today.
But even though Xhaka was doing some Xhaka things today,
he was, but I think his positioning, he some of his passing, my God.
In the first half especially, I think like there was a lot of nerves. It was a very jittery start, Ramsdale pulling off this like 2 saves before we'd even had a shot on target. But again, I keep saying like the mentality of this team is growing stronger, because this time last year, Southampton sustained that pressure and get a goal.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they do. I remember like last season when Walcott scored, David Luiz got that stupid sending off. It was the same thing. They came out quickly. They came out sensing blood because of the Everton result, and they tried to bring it to us. But the mentality now is we soak up that pressure, we go up to the other end of the pitch, completely against the run of play, completely undeservedly, we nick a goal, and then
take it on,
and then that's it. We reverse the chokehold and we don't let go of it until there's no life left in it.
Reverse the chokehold. I like.
In MMA, boy, in UFC, you don't want to get out of a clutch.
Do you know how many people have asked me this week how have Arsenal improved? And it's like, look, I get it. 2 disappointing results. We play poor, but don't over egg it. Like, we haven't improved.
Gunner. Should I tell you like why I'm not ready to say this? If this was last year, we would have lost this game. The reason why I'm not is because of the last 2 games. If them last 2 games hadn't happened, I can start giving them stuff like if it was last year, because we did that earlier in the season when we said last year we wouldn't have won that 1-0 at Norwich. Last year we wouldn't have won the Burnley, but bruv, we then go and lose to freaking Everton, who haven't won a game since September. A game we dominate against United, they nick it without coming out of first gear. Like it was, so I don't know yet. Like what for me, I'm gonna learn more from West Ham than I'm learning off being under pressure from Southampton in the first 20 minutes. Like if we can go and get, are we at West Ham or are we at the Emirates? Emirates. Okay, so if we get like, this is the game that shows me where like is progress being made. Everyone's against us. They're saying West Ham this, West Ham that. Can we get a result? We're at home. Like it's next week that I really need to see us perform. I hear what you're saying, Gunnar, but I don't know, man. This Arsenal team, we're so stop and start. It's like I don't know, man.
Let's see. We've got a good build up to the game. It will be a good game, and it will be a huge test for a lot of our players. At the moment, whenever we said that this is a test for our players, they've been
except for Tottenham, we haven't really rose to the occasion properly.
Yeah.
But you see this thing that I'm Arteta in, and I've said it. I'm Arteta in until May, and I'll reassess that situation in May. But what doesn't help our guy is the inconsistency with some decisions. Like, I don't know if you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, Lokonga has done nothing to not be starting in the side right now.
I agree.
Other than he's not experienced and he's a youngster, right? Okay, so if that's the case, why did Tavares have so many back-to-back games when Tierney was clearly fit and ready to play? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, as in, make it make sense. Like,
the only thing I'll say that is maybe Tierney was injured still. Maybe
he just played 2 games.
I think there's another answer.
Back-to-back. So, and wait, hold on. And the next one, before you answer that one, and how is Xhaka, without even being involved in anything, started 2 games back-to-back after coming a month early from his injury?
The answer to both questions is experience. So you can't compare the experience that Tierney has to Xhaka. You just can't. Xhaka's been to more major international tournaments. He's played more Champions League games, more big games in Europe. He's made more appearances at senior level. He's got he's much more of a senior statesman of the squad.
Has he played Champions League? Zach ain't played in the Champions League.
Yes,
yeah, he came in 2016, didn't he?
Oh, he played for us.
And,
How many games?
he would have with
no, they didn't qualify, did they?
Well, yeah, they were doing all right back then.
Winch Gladbach. I don't know if they did, but
yeah, Tierney's a very experienced left back. He's been in the side since he was 17. So
he would have played Champions League with Celtic, right?
He played. He would have. Celtic,
of course.
captain.
Yeah, but
I'm not ready to let Arteta off with that decision, man.
I still think Xhaka's more of a leader in the squad. Not that I agree with it, because of how I feel about what he did with the armband or whatever. But he's been there longer than Tierney. He's more of a senior player, and in midfield, that's needed a lot more than it is at left back. And I think as well, just Tierney's situation, it's always him and Partey. They come back from injury, and Martinelli as well. They come back from injury, we rush them back because we really need them. I can think of at least 2 times when each of those 3 players have broken down from coming back from injury too early. Xhaka's more robust. When he comes back from injury, he stays. He does get injured, but when he's back, he's back. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't get injured as much. So,
but Lokonga's been out of the side for El Neni and Xhaka. It's not just Xhaka, bro. Yeah. You tell me El Neni deserved that. And I hear the reason why he started El Neni at Man U, which is why I would have thought Tierney would be there too.
I think Tavares has done more than Sambi, and I've been impressed with Sambi, but I think Tavares in those games, in that run, was batting way above average.
Canners, wait, quickly. Canners, remember, I don't know if you guys, Canners and King, I don't know if you remember, I kept saying every time I watch Tavares play, I still don't know what he's saying defensively. I see him going forward. He's really good.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
When he got pressed defensively, then these mistakes start to come in. Them passing across the goal, them situations at Everton.
They're the things that I'm nervous about when it comes to Tavares.
And if we give him too many games too early, I believe he'll get too comfortable, and those situations will continue. Which is why I wanted Tierney earlier.
Yeah,
I think
against the big teams, your Man U's and your Liverpools, we got punished with those mistakes that he made. And that's what good teams do. They will, boom, jump on those mistakes. And punish you, and that's what happens. And that's the thing with Tierney, is that he really, I would say, makes those kind of mistakes. He's that little bit more comfortable on the ball, and he'll be more inclined to maybe play safe rather than take a chance. Whether or not that's... See, the thing is, I think Tavares probably takes chances in the wrong positions. And a little bit in the same sense that Martinelli, he tried to let the ball go, didn't he? And then boom, they got through the shot. A more clinical team would have punished us and scored. It's all about young players learning and doing things in the right areas of the pitch. That's the kind of thing you do in the final third of the pitch, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Not in our half of the pitch. But listen, it's all a learning curve. These players will learn. Listen, we're picking up 3 points when today we should have picked up the 3 points. I'm not going to grumble at that. And as I said before, countless of times, is that it puts us in a good position to face West Ham, which will be a sterner test, where everybody will be up for that, no doubt, including the crowd. So all in all, good performance, 3 points, clean sheet, happy all around. Guys, last words from yourselves. Anything to say for the guys on our performance? Anybody catch your eye? Anybody you thought needs to fix up?
I think Ødegaard deserves praise, right?
We called him out.
You've heard me defend him countless times and say that just with a bit of time, this guy will settle into the team. And 3 and 3, I think that's 4 for the season now in total.
Yeah, well, that's 3-3, definitely. Yeah,
well, yeah, because he got the free kick, didn't he, against Burnley as well?
Burnley.
So that's 4 goals for the season, and he's not made compared to like the Smith Rowes and the Sakas. He's made less starts and got more goals.
It's steady improvement.
Saka.
Yeah.
He's got double the goal return.
He's adding goals too, as well.
Right, and so I don't want. I'm not an agenderist. Yeah, one player or the other. I support all the players, but if we're going to keep getting at Ødegaard, obviously, we gotta be consistent. And like with the reality is, all of the young players, we just gotta get behind them.
Mm-hmm.
We just gotta get behind them. They're gonna have low points. They're gonna have high points. Yeah, these next 4 games are winnable. West Ham. Then I think we've got Leeds, Norwich.
I think you're right.
But they are winnable games for sure.
We've got Leeds and Norwich, and let me look at this fixture list.
Yeah, no,
they're all teams in the bottom half of the table up until the 1st of Jan, when we face.
We've got Norwich. So we've got Leeds. So talk about the league. We've got Leeds, Norwich, Wolves, then Man City. So West Ham, Leeds, Norwich, Wolves, Man City. So you're right. Really,
West Ham and Wolves are going to be the sterner tests, but they are winnable games. There are winnable games. You pick up wins in 4 of those games before January, before the window opens. You're talking about exactly what I've been saying, which is if we're not in the top 4, as long as we're in the top 6 and within a point 2 here, there, or top 4, and then we strengthen. Let's judge the team then. Let's judge the manager then. Yeah, let's not judge it now. Yeah, when all the moving parts.
I say it's good enough to judge him come March. March is a huge period, all around Easter time. When you have your your few games and stuff. So that will be a good shakedown time when we can actually feel or know. If not, we're in and around that top 4 kind of dogfight. So it'd be very interesting. As you say, I agree with you. All the next games are very winnable. It's just a massive shame that we really blotted our copybook.
Yeah.
And you and Everton, because we could really picked up a lot of points. Sandwiching between the West Ham and the Norwich games. And these we've got the Sunderland quarter-final of the Carabao Cup, which listen, will keep us going in terms of hopefully keeping the morale up. So listen, it would be good to beat them and have a cup semi-final to look forward to.
I wouldn't mind winning the League Cup, man. It's been a minute, bro. 93,
listen,
93.
It would be great for the team, really, for them to to show that that they can win something together. So let's see how it goes. Guys, I want to thank you. It's been a pleasure, as always, speaking to you guys, and obviously you guys as well on the listening and watching.
Quickly, who's everyone's man in the match?
Oh, good question. I
can go first.
Yeah, you go first.
It was close, very, very close between 2, but I just because of the first goal, I'm gonna go with Ramsdale, just over Tomiyasu for me.
Oh,
Ramsdale.
Okay. King?
I'm gonna give it to Ødegaard.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I just think not beyond the goal. I just think like the back heels, the link up play in the first half, and I think.
You caught the back heel in the first half.
Oh, that was naughty.
It was naughty.
You should have squared it to Lacko to make sure that involved in that goal involvement. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was
naughty. As you say,
you can see him coming into his own now.
Yeah,
and getting his confidence. So yeah, I'm giving it to him, man.
Okay. I can't be mad at any of them. Oh, me. I like to give a mention to Martinelli, to be honest. I thought he had a great game.
Honorary mention as well.
Honorary mention. Splitting hairs, but I've got my guy Tomiyasu, man. Listen,
he was immense today too.
He's so stern. He's so stern, and I have not seen many people get round him, and I just love his attitude. He's strong. in the tackle.
Unlucky not to get on the score sheet as well.
Yes. The only problem is I think it come off his shoulder, didn't it? Which is a shame. Had it come off his head, it would have been a goal because it would have gone past the keeper before he had time to dive. But yeah, I love the guy, man. His attitude just gets on with it. Boom. And he's got a good partnership going with Saka, to be honest. So those two are very comfortable on the right hand side. So yeah, I think Tomiyasu would probably shade it for me. But listen, we're splitting hairs. Some good performances there. But guys, thank you very much. Until the next week, we'll all be back. We've got various shows upcoming for you during the week. It's another 3 points in Ødegaard, as I said, gets 3 and 3. Armoury TV, we're out.
Come on, you goons.